I am Princess Diane Oliva.
I am Jessel Restum.
And I am Nedabiah Gail DC Danlag.
Gifted and talented learners. Who are the gifted and talented learners? All learners are gifted learners. Every learner has their own skills, styles, types, and characteristics that makes them a gifted learner.
Profiles are 6 types of gifted and talented learners.
Type 1. The successful. Successful learners are those who listen closely to their parents and teachers, learn well and are able to score high on the tests like diagnostic, summative, periodical, and achievement tests, have positive self-concept because they have been certified for their achievements in spite of deficiencies, believe they will make it on their own, yet they are dependent upon parents and teachers, pursue their own interests and goals in school. Profiles of successful learners. Successful learners are dependent to their teachers. It is why they always seek for teachers' direction in order to support their action and decision-making at school. They need to be autonomous because of the fact that they are dependent to their teachers. Adults and peers love them because they are very smart on academic performances. They are known as learners with high grade point average. Their family can support them by teaching them on how to be independent. The school can support them by providing performances, programs, etc. that would develop their independent skills. Type 2. The challenging. Challenging learners are those who possess a high degree of creativity that may appear to be obstinate, tactless, and sarcastic. Often question authority and may challenge the teacher in front of the class. Receive little recognition and few rewards or honors. Feel frustrated because of the school system has not affirmed their talents and abilities. Challenge their peers and therefore are often not included or welcome in activities or group projects. Have a sense of humor and creativity that is very appealing to peers. Their interaction at school and at home often involve conflict. Profiles of challenging learners. Challenging learners are uncertain of social roles, which is the set of attitude expected to be seen to an individual into a particular place like in school. It is why they tend to question some of their teachers' decision, discussion, or instructions. They need to know social roles and to have self-control and acceptance. Adults and peers see them as a straightforward, creative, and challenging learner. They are known as a learner who are creative and challenging. Their family can support them by teaching them about having a correct attitude in school, specifically of having self-control and acceptance. The school can support them by providing activities, programs, etc. that would develop their creativity and character.
Type 3. The underground. Underground learners are those who want to hide their giftedness, begin to deny their talent in order to feel more included with a non-gifted peer group. Highly motivated and intensely interested in academic or creative pursuits may undergo an apparently sudden radical transformation, losing all interest in previous passions. Often seem to benefit from being accepted as they are at the time. If a gifted learner goes underground, it tends to happen later in high school. Profile of the underground learners. Underground learners are pressured of the expectations of their peers, parents, and teachers. It is why they hide and deny their talents and skills. They need to have support and motivation, especially from their families, in order for them to build up their self-confidence into finally bringing out what they've got. Adults and peers see them as shy and unwilling to risk. They are known as learners who are late bloomer. Their family can support them by motivating them to show what they've got. Also by not making them feel pressured because of high expectations. The school can support them by providing activities, programs, etc. specifically for the development of social skills and self-confidence that would make them to finally show their talents to other people. Type 4. The Dropouts. Dropout learners are those who are frequently gifted children who were identified very late, perhaps not until high school, are angry with adults and with themselves because the system has not met their needs for many years and they feel rejected, have interests that lie outside the realm of the regular school curriculum, and they fail to receive support and affirmation for their talent and interest in these unusual areas. Require a close working relationship with an adult they can trust. Family counseling is strong recommended. Profile of dropout learners. Dropout learners have poor self-concept. It is why they doesn't complete their school tasks and they are more likely to pursue their outside interests. They need to have intense support regarding on developing self-concept and individual, group, or family counseling about the importance of education. Adults and peers see them as rebellious for not taking education seriously. They are known as learners who are repeaters and have outside interests. Their family can support them by lecturing them about the importance of education, also by listening to the reasons of their child of why are they being like that. This way, their family could give them the best counseling. The school can support them by providing activities, programs, etc. that would specifically show the importance of education. Type 5. The double-labeled. Double-labeled learners are those who are physically or emotionally handicapped in some ways or who have learning disabilities, have sloppy handwriting or disruptive behaviors that make it difficult for them to complete work, often seem confused about their inability to perform school tasks, deny that they are having difficulty by claiming that activities or assignments are boring or stupid, are either ignored because they are perceived as average or referred for remedial assistance. Profile of double-labeled learners. Double-labeled learners have low self-esteem, which is the way an individual value and perceive themselves. It is why their works are sometimes good and mostly below average. In short, their works are inconsistent. They need to have coping skills regarding on boosting their self-esteem, so that they would be able to believe on themselves, making their works to have consistency in a positive way. Adults and peers see them as helpless and powerless. They are known as learners with learning disabilities. Their family can support them by helping them to improve their self-esteem and learning skills, also by providing them a personal tutor. The school can support them on improving their learning skills by implementing teaching strategies that would make them learn effectively and easily. Type 6. The autonomous learner. Autonomous learners are those who are well respected by adults and peers and frequently serve in some leadership capacity within their school or community. Independent and self-directed, learn to use the system to create new opportunities for themselves. Do not work for the system. Hence, they make the system work for them. Able to express their feelings, goals, and needs freely and appropriately. Have strong sense of personal power. Profile of autonomous learners. Autonomous learners accepts failure, have high self-confidence, and strong personal power. It is why they are self-directed, have appropriate social skills, and goal seekers. They need advice from their parents and teachers because of the fact that they are autonomous and risk takers. Adults and peers see them as leaders, responsible, capable of doing things, and psychologically healthy. They are known as learners who are independent, intelligent, and willing to take risks. Their family can support them by giving them advice about thinking wisely before doing something. The school can support them by involving them into school fields that would help develop their strengths and capabilities even better. Trends and issues in teaching gifted and talented learners.
1. Learn how gifted students think. If you want to support gifted students in your classroom, it's important that you make an effort to learn how they think and learn about the different struggles they face. Understanding that gifted students have special needs, requirements, and trends in behavior will help you meet their needs and better support them in the classroom.
Number 2. Created tired assignments for students. Tired assignments can help you meet the needs of all students. Choose the basic standard objective and design an assignment on that standard to make the middle tire. Once the middle tire is finished, you make the other tires by adding support for at-risk children and adding challenge for gifted students. Number 3. Include a variety of levels in your classroom library. Make sure your classroom library has a variety of text to support the reading ability and interest of gifted students. You can also encourage students to bring reading materials from home. But make sure the materials they bring challenge them to learn new words and increase their reading skills.
Number 4. Utilize their talents and interests. Gifted students are often asked to do busy work when they finish assignments ahead of others. Instead of taking that approach, they try utilizing gifted students' talents and interests to further explore a skill. For example, students could write or draw something related to the assignment or skill, or they could act out solutions to the problem or project. 5. Explore real-world application. Gifted students understand math algorithm, science concept, and grammar rules very quickly. You can encourage them to move beyond the skill they're learning by applying it in the real world. For example, they can explore how area and perimeter affect an architect's design, or how scientists use animal classification to understand animal life and how it is functioned.
Now let's move on to another topic. Learners with difficulty of seeing, hearing, and communication. What is a signal? Signal, a gesture, action, or sound that is used to convey information or instructions, typically by pre-arrangement between the parties concerned. Transmit information or instructions by means of a gesture, action, or sound.
Types and causes of visual impairments. Amblyopia. Amblyopia is sometimes called lazy eye. It is a functional defect characterized by decreased vision in one or both eyes, without detectable anatomic damage to the retina or visual pathways. The brain shuts off one eye to the favor of the eye with better vision. It may be treated by patching the good eye, by surgery, or with corrective lenses. Anophthalmos. Anophthalmos or anophthalmia is the absence of true eyeball. It could be inborn or could be caused by an accident. People with this condition could use a prosthetic eye. Frequently cleansing and placing the prosthesis and care of the orbit are part of the early trainings because it really is important to avoid infections.
Aphakia is a condition in which you're missing the lens of one or both of your eyes. It could be inborn, caused by an injury, or removed due to a surgery for cataract. It would be hard to see things clearly with the affected eye. Convex lenses are worn to provide refractive power loss because of the absence of the lens. Achromatopsia. Achromatopsia is a condition characterized by a partial or total absence of color vision. People with complete achromatopsia cannot perceive any colors. They see only black, white, and shades of gray. There's no cure, but special glasses and contact lenses can help. Most people who are colorblind are able to adjust and don't have problems with everyday activities.
Albinism. It is characterized by a lack of pigment in eyes, hair, and skin, usually associated with decreased visual acuity. Ocular albinism, lack of pigment in iris and choroids, results in reddish pupils and iris, usually accompanied by poor vision, light sensitivity, and involuntary oscillating eye movements. Tinted lenses may be prescribed for this condition. Cataract. It is characterized by opacity or cloudiness of the crystalline lens. It may be congenital or caused by trauma, disease, or age. It begins with proteins in the eye for clumps that prevent the lens from sending clear images to the retina. Over time, cataracts could become worse and it could start to interfere with vision. If left untreated, cataracts will eventually cause total blindness.